women have made tremendous strides in recent decades. Many young girls believe that nothing can stop their dreams from coming true. But for others, the rights we take for granted on paper have yet to become a reality. Legal Momentum wants to change that. 4 decades ago, the National Organization for Women established a separate branch, dedicated to providing legal advocacy for women's rights. The organization has pioneered litigation and cutting-edge public policy solutions to combat discrimination, advance women's rights, prevent violence against women, and address women's and children's poverty.
An achievement for which we are perhaps best known nationally is our role in the Violence Against Women Act. This was the first package of federal legislation that sought a comprehensive approach to ameliorating domestic violence, sexual assault, and stalking, improving services for victims, improving the criminal justice system's response.
To date, VAWA has devoted more than $9 billion towards preventing domestic abuse and sexual violence.
And I finally remember, like it was yesterday, President Clinton at the bill signing, and him saying, let's roll up our sleeves and roll back this awful tide of violence and reduce crime in this country. That was 15 years ago. Well, all of your sleeves are still rolled up, and so are mine.
40 years on, NOW's legal branch has been renamed Legal Momentum, the Women's Legal Defense and Education Fund, and revitalized with a new focus to improve the economic and personal security of the most vulnerable women, with programs centered on 5 top priority areas: women and poverty, women and job opportunities, women at work, women and violence, and gender equity and gender bias.
We can't pretend that women are on equal footing in the United States of America. The examples of discrimination, of kind of having a brick on your opportunity to progress are so obvious. That without the advocacy of Legal Momentum, I think a lot of these women would simply fall through the cracks.
Occupational segregation is one of the major impediments to women's economic success, and Legal Momentum targets this inequality right where it starts, among young girls. Among the most successful programs is the Pipeline Project, which works to increase girls' enrollment in schools that prepare them for the skilled trades, with the goal of overcoming the sex segregation that has long been the norm.
There's girls out there that really do believe that they don't belong in a non-traditional trade. And I think that's the most negative thing you could tell a girl, that they are not able to do something because of their sex. No. I believe that they should be pushed, encouraged, just like the Pipeline does. Legal Momentum has done a great job in my school, I believe. They've brought so many girls in. I think the senior year this year has about 6 to 7 girls, which is an improvement from when I was there and there was 1 girl.
As another part of the fight for women's economic security, Legal Momentum is working to improve the federal TANF program, a social safety net that is designed to assist struggling women who are unable to take care of themselves or their children.
The safety net in America is far more inadequate than in other rich countries, other high-income countries. TANF is the program of last resort. It's the program people turn to when they have nothing else. So if the program, if you have nothing and the program is not there, imagine what your life is going to be like, especially for a child or a mother.
Separate divisions of Legal Momentum focus on the challenges facing different groups of women: victims of domestic abuse, women who face bias in the court, and immigrant women who embody one of the most vulnerable populations.
One of our top priorities is improving access to legal immigration status for all immigrant women in the United States. It is fundamental to their ability to live in this country, thrive, do well, attain economic and personal security, and live out the American dream.
These are just some of the ways that Legal Momentum works tirelessly on behalf of women and girls across the nation. Huge steps have been taken to improve women's rights, opportunities, and protections in 40 years, and the organization has succeeded in tackling many of the inequalities that hamper the success of women and girls.
Working at Legal Momentum, you can really see change. You have a direct effect on people's lives, and that's really gratifying. You can actually see that when you represent individuals, for example, in you win their case or you settle your case, you're actually saving someone from being evicted from their housing or getting their job back so that they can start a new life with their children.
But much more remains to be done, and the organization still has a crucial role to play.
This work will continue until all women, all girls, are economically secure and enjoy a life free from violence.